Hi everyone, so today we'll be trying out Spellbinders' new stencil of the month and the clear stamp and die. I just didn't put the dies out here, they're on my board over here. Which are, I think this one, the stencil is called Peekaboo and the clear stamp is Trick or Snark, so it does have some punny kind of, you know, different kinds of sentiments here. I went through everything in the first unboxing video, so I will link that video in the description box for you guys that talks about measurements and all kinds of things that I'm sure you'll want to know. And in that video we also went over the press and foil, which is so cute. Look at this little guy, I love it. My daughter is just like in love with this card. She thinks it's very cute. But today we're going to focus on these guys, and I already did all the information, gave all the info in that video. So I will say that Spellbinders did send these items free of charge for my review, and of course all opinions are my own. And the links I have in the description box will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items through those links. So I do them for the US and the UK, and I really do thank you for using those. I super appreciate it, guys. So in the initial video I showed you guys this has different layers, and one of the layers makes this little area here that are little ghosts. You definitely want to work with white paper, or if you have paper that glows in the dark, I think that might be cool. But anyway, you're going to want to base it essentially on white paper or whatever color you want your ghosts, maybe a light gray or something, that would work too. I just had a stack of paper. What am I doing? Looking for white paper, and I'm like, I just brought out a ton of paper. This one's cut into, let's use that one that we will start with. So again, you can make this A2 size and then trim it down. Maybe that's what I'll do today. A lot of times I cut it down to the size I like already, but I will go ahead and cut this to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And then we will go from there. So I guess, go ahead and do 5 1/2 on this one, 4 1/4. And that leaves me another piece for another time. And we're gonna get right to it. And I think I'm gonna find a cute stamp on here that I can just boop, pop in there, right? So this first one, you ink things up light to dark, but I would say you're probably gonna wanna go with your darkest here on this first layer because it's a background. And then you're gonna do pumpkins or jack-o'-lanterns, and then you're gonna do their tops. Then you're gonna do their faces, so again, back to black. And then these, well actually, these are gonna be black also, and these are gonna be all around, right? Okay, so maybe we do like a light green or a purple, something fun like that. So let me grab this. And I'm just going to hold it down with tape. Again, if you have grip mats, great time to use this, especially because my paper is smaller than the stencil. But I'm just going to, tape that. And just, I always hold it down anyway as I'm inking things up, but that way it'll look nice. And I'm just going to grab some, I said maybe like a purple. So let me do that. Oh, let me grab some other items I need. I'll be right back. So I'm just going to use a purple color. Just get a little bit of that. Kind of start wherever. And again, I'm not going to go too dark because we are going to bring in whatever it is. Ooh, a blue would be lovely, or maybe a gradient of colors would be really nice. I don't know why I keep using this thing. It is really bad. It's like real stiff for some reason. It got that way over time. But anyway, just bringing in your color. Maybe I'm gonna leave it a little bit lighter in the center because I feel like that's where I'm gonna put my sentiment. So just a little bit lighter there. Maybe I'll bring in a little bit of color here. Okay? And that's as simple as that is. It looks rough, and that's okay. So I'm gonna take that to the side here, and the next one is going to be our pumpkins. So basically it's masking these areas which are your ghosts, which is really cool. I put that right on the edge of my paper, so I'm just eyeballing that. And I'll place that there and here. And if you are watching today, that means that you can go ahead and sign up if you're new to Spellbinders clubs, so that's really cool. If you are a member of the All Clubs crate, you get 15% off the site as long as you're a current member. If you're a member of like just a single club, like maybe Stencil, you get 10% off as long as you're logged in. Oh, that's funny. I was gonna say that little corner was purple. I missed that little corner, but that's okay. I don't think anyone's going to notice too much there. You know, a lot of times when I do the unboxing, I do a stencil card because it is quick. As you can see, I mean, I'm halfway through here, and then we're just going to stamp a sentiment, and we are good to go. So that's that. But I do that quite often, so I said, no, I'm not going to do that this time. I'm going to make this one a little bit darker. Again, I don't try to make everything super even. I like to have fun with my colors. That's so pretty. But if you like it real saturated, well, then just add more color, right? Go over it really, really well. The next one is the stems. Cute. And I'm just eyeballing here. Oh my gosh, later we have to go back to school shopping with the kids, and Miranda's like, can you just pick out some clothes for me? She doesn't want to go, which is crazy. If I was in 7th grade, it was back to school shopping time. Oh my gosh, I was all about it. But yeah, she's not super interested, but it's fun to work on these kind of fall cards. Start gearing up back to school very soon. Cute. Which is so funny because she trusts me to choose what she likes. On top of that, I pretty much pick out her clothes every day still, and she likes that. Still do her hair and all these things. I'm like, she's like a princess, I'm telling you. Okay, you have the little notches here that your registration marks. But again, I'm just kind of lining things up, even though it is perfectly lined up for an A2, which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. I've just been kind of eyeballing whenever I put them down, but you do have those registration marks to help you. And let's use some black ink. And this one, you're gonna want to get in there if you really want those to show up, right? And we're gonna use black for the last two. So I guess it is still light to dark because obviously you didn't want that background to be super dark, but you do want to think about what you want to do for that background. I'm getting a lot of ink on this, but that's the whole point, right? You want it nice and saturated. For that one, I will do more pressure than I normally do. Okay, that's a lot of black ink there. Look at that, so cute. And then the last one is your little accents here. And again, you have your registration marks. And that's gonna put your little eyeballs down. Now, maybe you want the eyes to be like green or something cute. You can definitely come in here and, you know, easily do that. But this is where I'm putting it. I love how some of the bats are overlapping. So you are gonna go over some areas that you've already colored in, and it's gonna look really cool. So it looks like they're in the front instead of just a bunch of things that are just kind of next to each other, right? So that's pretty cool. Okay, this is getting really saturated. Let's get some of that ink, bring it over here. Like this one, so I really want to go over it so it doesn't look too see-through, because again, it's on top of some of the images. Ooh. Super saturated. That's a lot of ink. Okay. I'm gonna do some washing right now. Look at that. Super dark because I went over it a million times. That is awesome. Looks really cool. I don't really want to touch it because I have ink all over my hands right now, but we are going to trim it down a little bit. But look how cute. Super saturated. I love the way that came out. Okay. Look at the ink. I'll be right back. Oh, I just thought about it. I grabbed a white card base. I usually like doing a black card base for my Halloween cards, but that's okay. So I have a little strip here that's kind of white. So I'm going to cut a little bit off of each edge. Maybe a little bit off of this one, because I like my matte layers to be 4 3/8 by 5 3/8. So I'm going to cut a little bit more off of this one, so maybe like that much from this base piece. Again, you can leave the whole thing. You don't have to even trim it down. You just can do 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. But I like I said, 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. And I guess I need to cut a little bit off this corner. Like I said, that corner should have been purple, this little area, but like, it was the smallest amount. You won't even see it. Really? Ooh, 4 1/8. Well, that cuts off a lot, doesn't it? Oh, okay. Let me make it a little bit less. I think this was a nice one to leave it the whole 4 1/4 by 5.5. But that's all right. Okay. So cute. I'm essentially taking an 1/8 inch off it all around. It's not the big amount, but that's so cute. Okay, so then we're just gonna glue that down in there. Like I said, I usually do a black card base, but that's okay. The white looks really cute. And then we have this, so, you know, I mean, let's eat candy and judge people, haunted by my life choices. The spirits made me do it. Cute, potentially cursed. Skeletons have skeletons. Up, and a ghoul. I think today... Hope this raises your spirits. That's so cute. I'm just gonna go with Happy Halloween. I know, and they're all so cute and funny. Also, I'm just gonna go for it, and that's dangerous. So if you don't like to live dangerously, don't do that. You can use a stamp positioner. I'm just gonna go for it because I feel like with a card like this, if it looks a little like not quite right, that's okay, you know. So I'm gonna ink this up with some VersaFine ink because it's very sticky stuff, and I'm just going to, oh my gosh, stamp this. I'm just gonna go for it right there, making sure all the areas are touching before I move it away. Look at that. What did you do? Prep your stamp. That's what I did. That's why I always mention different things with photopolymer stamps or acrylic stamps. With photopolymer, you can stamp it off a few times. You can give it a scrub. It has a sticky dispersion layer. So using it over and over kind of gets rid of that, or maybe a little alcohol. Some people like to just put it on their clothes because their clothes will put a little lint, a little stickiness gets rubbed off, but then you also have lint on there. So that's not my number one. Some people just touch it a lot. If you touch, it takes some of that sticky off. Or you just, like I said, stamp it off a few times, or you just go for it like I did, right? That works. Especially when it's a line stamp. If it's something that's really solid, like a big solid area, then you're definitely going to want to stamp it off a few times. Try to rub on the, what's the thing called? Your ink pad, something like that. Oh my gosh, you see what I just did? I have ink somewhere. I washed my hands, guys. When did I do that? Oh, right now when I inked this up. Oy, oy, oy. Okay, we can do something about that. Let's cover that in some way, right? So maybe I'm going to bring in some little rhinestones or something else to deck this out. I cannot believe that. And I do it almost every time, guys. You think I would learn my lesson. Okay, hold on. I have some purple rhinestones. And we're just going to place those in a fun way here and there. Oh, I have purple and I have black ones. That's kind of cool. Should we just go with the purple ones? Let's go with the purple ones in 3 sizes. I cannot believe that. I mean, I can't believe it. I don't know why I keep saying I can't believe it, because I do it quite often. So let's put a big rhinestone like here, and maybe a medium-sized one right there. I know it's too close. I would normally go a little bit further out. And then another one like right here. Just sprinkled in, and then we're gonna have to do the same thing kind of down here somewhere, just so it doesn't look super weird. Maybe like there. I don't really want that on his head. Also, it's further out from this lettering. Oh well, that's down now. This one's going this way. Maybe I just bring them this way. It doesn't matter. All right, well, that's my oopsie, and that's how I covered it up. But thanks for watching, guys. Super easy to work with, super cute. I love how saturated this came out. I love everything about the way this looks. Super adorable. The little ghost, I mean, just really wonderful. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll have images coming up. I'll have the links as appropriate down in the description box for the US and the UK. And I will see you all at the next one. Bye now. Just real quick, as I was taking pictures, I do want to show you, if you wanted to orient it this way, you can do that too. You know, if you wanted it landscape, maybe this way, but I think it's best that way. Yeah, they made it really, really well done, so you can put it basically any way. All right, bye.